seed containers did a lot of help to the rural farmers, including those in urban, in collective cooperatives, but also community, child-headed community. They also benefited from the seed. It was difficult administratively to bring them in because of the agricultural restrictions of bringing in seeds. They have go through quarantine and so many checkings by the Ministry of Agriculture, research stations and so forth. But in the end, we were able to get it here and also, most importantly, to the farmers. People were really happy to receive the seeds because food is required everywhere. And with the situation in Zimbabwe, the food insecure, it was like a blessing to most of us. They had seed, they did some gardens, and others have even to grow for production, surplus production, which they had to sell to the farmers. Yeah, they sold the surplus production to the Mbare Musika, but also even to Mutare and various agricultural market. They made some good income, which they helped their families to improve their standard of living. Because of the difficult situation, the severe drought, the severe economic and social hardship, people were like disintegrated. But on the ground, there are so many collective cooperatives who are still active, and we need to regroup, to reunite them, and try to strengthen each other, try to share the information, networking, hold regular district union meetings, provincial union meetings, and then we need, of course, to hold the national meetings so that we share the information from what is happening in other cooperatives. So we have to learn from each other. We have to learn from one province to the other that, these things work, but these don't work, and those which we don't work, we can all avoid them. Cooperatives have played a bigger role now. Why? Because most companies have closed and are still closing even right up until now. And as a result, the companies are asking the workers to either form cooperatives. In fact, it is by law that before you close a company, you have to offer the workers an opportunity to form a cooperative. So we have a number of cooperatives formed by former workers of companies. And then cooperatives, yes, they've given a lifeline, or a lifesaver, or should I say, to a lot of workers or to people who have now seen cooperatives as a way of running a business or improving the general standard of living. You don't necessarily need to be employed by somebody, but you can also work for yourself through a cooperative or through individually, but you will need somebody at a secondary level to work with, to share with. You might not have enough equipment, enough tools. If you are in a cooperative, you can borrow from a colleague. You might borrow something or you can borrow even some little bit of cash to buy some fertilizer or to buy some raw material for your production. So this is where the concept of cooperatives is playing a very crucial role to most people in Zimbabwe. Well, my first message is first to thank them for all their support, materially, technically, also financially. They donated some food during the food crisis in the country. They sent the seeds, which up until now, people are writing to me, thinking about the seeds. The solidarity between the Canadians and the people here in Zimbabwe is really amazing. We had some exchange visit before. We still look forward that some will still come to Zimbabwe and see what cooperatives are doing here. We are friends, all-weather friends. During the bad times and good times, we must always be together and share the experiences, share the ideas. Yeah. It's not only about helping each other through material or financial, but exchange of information, exchange of ideas, exchange of networking, information, and so forth. The experience, I think there is a lot that we can share with the Canadians. As we said before, when they were here, they would see how cooperatives are structured from the primary society level, how the collective or the cooperatives were organizing the preschools, the child care, and then the common kitchens, and then various social activities, eating together, but also the way we organize the work, and then from the primary to the district level, how cooperatives in a particular district come together to share their experiences, to share their ideas. Some of them are doing good, some of them are doing bad, but we learn from each other so that those who are doing good, we can try to do what is good, and those who are not doing good, those who are doing bad, we can avoid those bad things. This is a very important area of sharing the experience and the ideas. But also we go to the third level, which is the provincial level. In various provinces, you find out that there is some market, some common market where people come together with their products. You may not be able to market your products or services individually, but if you are together with others, perhaps you can have a small stand, but in a larger mall, you can, or market, you can sell your products, and there will be more people coming there to buy other things. But when they see some of your products, they might be interested in buy. So provincial, there are activities like common marketing, also bulk buying of products, raw material, that is done also at the provincial level. But at the national level, we are looking at the policy issues, law issues, which require like the leadership now to tackle or to take over to the government, so that we can influence the government to change the policy, to change the law, to suit the situation on the ground. So that can only be understood if those issues are coming from the people on the ground to the upper structures at the national level. Then we can meet the ministers or the members of parliament, or even the president or the prime minister. We can discuss with them various issues which we think they need change. This is how we were able to revise the government policy on cooperative development. Yeah, youth have got a big role, because these are the future of the cooperative movement, if not the future of the nation. Youth need to be assisted, need to be nurtured, need to be included in all the structures. Even in the cooperative structure, we have a committee for the youth, so that they know what we are discussing, what we are debating, what is affecting the people, what is also affecting them, so that they are included at every level. Cooperatives in Zimbabwe are playing a bigger role, because now I think there are about 5,000. There are over 5,000 registered cooperatives now, with over 6 million. We are working on a survey to have reliable data, but we are looking at about 6 million individuals. And remember, the population is about 12 million, so almost 500,000 people engaged in cooperatives one way or the other. So it means cooperatives have got a big role to play. Women are playing a critical role in the cooperatives, and we are talking about it because now it is by law, not only in the SADC, not only in Zimbabwe, but also in the SADC, that 50% of the women should be in the leadership position. In the cooperative movement, I think we are a step ahead, because we have recognized the role of the women right from the beginning. In primary societies, we established some preschools and common kitchen. The idea of these two kind of activities was to alleviate the the burden of the women, so that they also become active members in the production, become active members in the cooperative enterprise. They are not disturbed by the babies at the back, or they are not disturbed by, say, cooking for the men, but that they be part and parcel of or they be just like any other member. They should not feel inferior, but they must be encouraged that they must participate just like any other member. Equal participation of women members in the management, even at the district union, at the provincial, at the national, even in the federation. We are ensuring that we have got at least a quarter, or if not 50% of women in the decision-making positions. We need not to remain as isolated or like islands. The need for solidarity has always been a very crucial a tool in any struggle, because this is more like a struggle. As we always say, the struggle continues, but victory will of course come.